Around the time I'm recording this video, it just turned 12 o'clock. So it is now the new year. It is January 1st. I wanted to talk about something more grim for New Year's. We take our lives for granted a lot of the time. And I'd like to use the example, first of all, of America used to be a Christian country. Christianity used to be the predominant religion of America, and it produced a very vibrant, beautiful, industrious culture. Families were close together. There was relative stability. People were just better with each other than they are now. Christianity was the source of all these good things. The issue is that Christianity as the source was forgotten about over time, and people took these good things in and of itself, and the source was cut off. These good things began to erode over time as these good things were slipping through their fingers like sand, and they were very scared about this, and the landscape was changing entirely, and so they tried to replicate the things of the past. They tried to hold on to the past, and they created a hideous monster. Families are torn apart. People became frantic and insane. People weren't productive in the way they were before, but parasitic. It seems that the irony is that by trying to grab these values, they lose them entirely. And this is really everything. This is really the human nature, is that we take things in and of themselves, and by doing this we cut ourselves off from the source, and it brings us misery. We lose everything. We are indebted, and the passage of time destroys everything. But it doesn't have to be this way. When we take our lives, when we treat them as though they're in a vacuum, we delude ourselves, because there are outside forces affecting us every single day. Every breath that we take is freely given to us by God. Every day that we wake up is a day freely given to us. But how many of us realize this? Not many of us are thankful. And because not many of us are thankful, we waste our days creating new debts, new things, new business that stresses us out, right? We cause drama and problems and friction. What if you died? Literally, what if you died today? What if you died tomorrow? God wills it so it doesn't happen, but ultimately He's in control of when you live and when you die. He ordains and He allows, and He's sovereign over these things. And we don't give Him credit like we should. We don't ask for His mercy when we should. And so many of us, we piss our lives away going through the motions or of life, and starting drama with people, or we have these impossible heights that we want to reach, where if we lose these heights, if we never get there, or if we are there and we lose it, we're not happy then because we lost our purpose, when the source, God, is the purpose that gives us these things. And there's so many people I've seen who have came and went, and I imagine that when they go, they have a lot of regrets. I knew someone who had a lot of regrets, who died in regret, died in despair. All hopelessness and all despair, I'll say a lot of hopelessness and a lot of despair for the average person really comes from the fact that we have zero assurance of the things that we love and cleave onto. With God, you have infinite assurance, and He will provide for you. He will give you. He will provide for you. He will give you opportunities. If you worship Him and you give Him your heart, you're after His heart, your life will be easier, because you're not going to have to worry about the things around you. You know, you can be assured that they can keep coming, right? You don't have to worry about a snapshot of something that no longer exists, because when you follow God, who's eternal, He's going to keep giving you new and new things. He's going to keep giving you new and new experiences with stuff that you're nostalgic about. You don't have to be held up by something that is fleeting and that is ephemeral, right? Because this thing, if it is truly a good thing, you can find new and newer and more novel ways to experience and appreciate this thing as time goes on. A lot of people are afraid of the years slipping through their fingers, losing life. Listen, Jesus Christ offers you eternal life. Participate in His sacrifice. He died on the cross for you, and He gave you eternal life. He showed you the way, which is communion through Him. There will be new experiences to be had. Every archetype shall be redeemed. You do not have to be stuck in the past. You can have eternal stability with Jesus Christ forever. Beyond this, if you are worried about dying now when you have so much business to do now, pray to God and ask Him to give you the time you need to redeem yourself and to reconcile yourself with other people, to eliminate these debts, to forgive people's debts as they forgive yours. And you should ask God to live another day, every single day. Every single day is a day freely given to you to live. Every day is freely given. Every breath is freely given. Every meal is freely given. Every sip of water is freely given. God is sustaining our bodies right now. He has ordained our births and our deaths. He is sovereign over everything that He causes and everything He permits. And so, we should understand that we are influenced by Him. His creation is constantly being molded. The fire of time, it may burn us, it may hurt. It is a cleansing, purifying fire that will burn spiritual deadwood and things that do not belong to God. But it is also the refining fire, right? It destroys all impurities within us. It turns us from lead to gold. We will find new things to appreciate. We can renew the old instead of trying to keep a particular snapshot of this thing alive. We can experience it in newer and newer ways. And this is how I think we ought to be. And we should understand that God provides us our opportunities. We should value God first and everything else afterward, because He gives us these things. We take these things in and of themselves. We lose these things entirely. This is the path toward a happy life. We have a new year to look forward towards. We have new opportunities and new tests, new trials, and more time, God willing, to reconcile ourselves with our world that we live in, reconcile ourselves with each other. And I think this is a better thing to say than all the cynical stuff people are saying. Is that we have, God willing, we have more time to get closer to Him and to be free from all these debts that we place on ourselves through our passions and lusts and unhealthy obsessions. What do I want to do for the new year? I want to stay low to the ground. I don't want to fly too high. I want to continue keeping my interests niche and simple so that I do not burn myself. I want to finish my business with people, as in if there's anything that I've left unsaid to anybody, if there's anything that's unresolved in my life, I would like it to be resolved, God willing. Right, I mean, and I'm young. Why is a young man like this talking about that? Well, I've seen plenty of people my age die, and being young, being a young man, because I'm not 8 years old anymore, I'm not 5 years old anymore, I'm conscious enough to understand my faults as a human being, and if I'm cognizant of stuff, then I should probably be accountable, and I can feel the weight. I can feel the weight on me. It's a heavy burden, and I'd like God to help me carry this burden. I do not want to be alone, left to carry it. I want God to help me. So I want to finish those things and be in good standing with the people around me. I want to, not have any unhealthy obsessions. I just want to enjoy little things. I just want to, work enough to support myself and, do enough that I need to do to provide for myself so that I have time to do the couple things that I really like doing, to treat my friends nicely, and that's really all I want out of life, honestly. I also want to purge myself of any unhealthy cynicism, have a good, healthy love things unconditionally, and be young at heart, you know what I mean? Be a child before God, and rely on Him more, which I admittedly I don't do that very well. I want to do that more, and this is really all I want for 2024.